machine, I cannot sleep with my eyes broken. I am machine, just to feel something. Was it supposed to be this way? Bro, like, seriously, they are not offering the chill hop thing? Playlist. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell, man. There we go. There we go. Okay, so of course things are going to be quite typical, I would say. But there's one plot twist. Let me just... I don't know if you could hear that, but I've unflipped my my knife. There, I don't need to even use my knife. Wait. Let's pull that back a little. Oh well. Okay. Let's unwrap that, all of this. And... Got some bourbon. Today it's a bourbon day, not a whiskey day. Yeah, I've decided to not really take my meds today for sleeping, and yeah, that's that. Because generally, like, I'm also taking like dopamine boosters and like, you know, generally just, you know, having some stuff on my hand, but it's the those are the, how is it called, those are the sleeping pills that actually I cannot take with alcohol, so yeah. Drink responsibly. It's not cool to slur your words and generally be a mess. It's good to just drink a little bit and have fun. I've got also some like pastries on the side to eat. I've actually went today a little bit out and got couple things that I wanted to get. I've made some purchases for a friend of mine because she went out to a different country. I mean, she was still in a different country, just, you know, now she's in like different country and we've exchanged our addresses, so I'm send her something, and on my way I've also got some pastries, so yeah. I'm just hoping that she's going to like it because I've got her some Polish sweets. We like chocolate for some reason. Hope she likes like a lot of chocolatey things. So yeah, let's continue. We have a stuff to be done. Hi Kimo, glad to have you here. How are you? Hoping it's going. Hi hi. Every time I join the stream, I put... Huh? Oh. Oh, I'm watching. Okay. I've got it. So yeah, I'm just personally chilling a little bit, doing some stuff, done some planning for certain projects. After the stream, I'm going to take care of couple more things that I'm not really going to talk about, so we will see. Lol. And how have you been? Okay, yeah. And how have you been? Did you do something cool? I'm good, how are you? I'm doing good. Hi Rainy, glad to have you here. How are you? Hoping it's going. I believe this is the first time around, so hope you find a comfy corner here. How have you been? I mean a shitty animation. Oh, hey, don't call it like that. Remember, every animation is good animation. It's just, for example, the experience is not allowing you to make, you know, to go higher, but for sure you will get there at certain point. So yeah, Rainy, how have you been? It's kind of ass, meh. Don't worry. Remember, everything requires time to learn, so now it's going, like, just because you are like self-critical about yourself, it's good, but don't let yourself like feel down because of it, because again, like, everything needs some expertise. There's no such thing like a good or bad artist, there's just more or less experienced artists, right? That's why, for example, comparing yourself to other people might not be, it's not really good, because remember that they've, for example, been drawing longer than you, they have more experience than you, right? So generally, whenever you're like comparing yourself to the others, just treat it as a form of thinking like, yeah, one day I'm going to reach this expertise level, rather than, damn, I wish I could draw like them. Hi, hello, got to here, how are you? Hoping how's going? But I'm gonna sleep because it's late, so see you tomorrow. Bye bye, Yellow, bye bye. You wanna see it? Of course! Send me. I would love it. Well, I come here from time to time, I think I'm okay. I had to reflect on my art studies recently, and that I haven't moved from level -1 for like 2 years. It's okay. Rainy, sometimes you require time. There's actually one thing that I've talked about yesterday, which might be a bit shocking. For example, drawing, you know, like, depending on like what you are learning, because the thing is that when you are learning, it's good to take inspiration from real life, because when you are looking at anime drawing, you are looking not only at real life, because proportions are the same, right? But also you are looking at stylization. Stylization is something that is not going to be good for you. That's why, for example, let's say learning a basic anatomy, so like counting how long something is, how things are spaced out, etc. It's good to look at realistic people, at real people, because the only method to learn how something looks like is to look at it, right? References, your best friends, always. Every artist is going to tell this to you. Even if you look at it, professional artists that are working for like Blizzard Entertainment and like, I don't know, Marvel comic books makers, etc., all of them are still using reference photos over and over and over and over again, like even after so many different, like tens of years, like 10, 20, 30, 40, some even 50 or 60 years of drawing, all of them are still using reference photos. It's because it's a very crucial part of being an artist, because it's the only way to actually see how, by the way how things are looking. Stylization can come the moment you actually get like how things, how proportions work. You don't have to draw realistic people. You don't have to go into realism at all. Just learn the construction. Draw with simple shapes, three-dimensional shapes the best. The moment you actually get the three-dimension shapes placed in like where's the head, where's the torso, where's the pelvis bone, how the spine goes, arms, etc., all of those things are going to bring you more of a actual view, like how everything is spaced out in perspective. You are going to skip several like levels, several classes. The moment you actually get that construction laid down, and it's going to look good, it's going to work. So because you are going to already learn like perspective, foreshortening, everything, like all those things, by simply learning how humans are built with simple shapes. You don't have to go further. You don't have to learn how to place realistic muscles, how to color realistically, etc. It doesn't matter. Just learn those basics of realism. Learn the construction, learn views, perspectives, etc. With like boxes, cylinders, spheres, whatever. That's all. Later on, you can just sit down and put on stylization that you want. Do you think that there's like a bad way to start learning art? Like chibi, for example, as a start? Or as a start as well? A start because getting addicted to art is more important, or there's something else, complete noob and stuff talk. Yes. There are bad things to go to start from. I like to call them traps. Because of course, like, you can still relearn those things, but you are still going to get a lot of issues. Even if you look at chibi artworks, you see that they are still have like very specific like space out between like how long their arms are, etc. It's just another way of stylization. That's why I like coming in to art, starting art from things like chibi is actually going to make a huge imprint on how you are going to draw later. Even when you are starting drawing chibis and you are going to draw chibis for like X years, those chibis are still going to lack something. It's like going to, well, how to say this? You are going to look at them and like, something is off, but I cannot put my hand on it, right? So like, this is exactly why I recommend like going on all in and like starting like trying to draw like human body with simple shapes. Like again, like 3D simple shapes like cylinders, rectangle, you know, cones, spheres, etc. Cubes. So generally the thing is that That way you are learning how the space out works. You are learning all those rules that are and theories that are in art. You don't have to read about them. It's good if you would read about them. Reading is like 20% of it because it helps you to understand things. But also practice is like a huge part of it. So if you are going to like sit down, read a book like, oh, this artist is doing it like that. Okay, so I think I understand. I think I understand and I understand are actually two different things. The biggest issue actually is that with like learning how to draw, or generally learning how to do art, basically, is that people come in and they think they understand. Understanding is the key. It's like, okay, I understand. You have to be very concrete about this. I understand. You have to be able to like look at the paper and know from the top of your mind like how things are going, right? Generally that's that. Of course, practice, right? Like it's 20% to know the theory. So you can feel like it's not going to do much. Kinda. Theory gets used like gets more use on like advanced levels of experience, I would say. At the start, practice is what matters. That's why a lot of people say like just start drawing, right? So that's actually also why PewDiePie learned how to draw so quickly. He spent like a year, I believe, and he's been drawing really well. It's because he was doing that practice, but it's not like he was just sitting down and drawing, because when you are just sitting down and drawing, like what I'm doing with my character designs, you are not learning much. You have to think critically about your lines. You have to be sure of them. You have to get your hand stable. That's why drawing those simple shapes comes in as the best practice to start from, because you are learning like 4 different things at the same time when it comes to the practice, and you are also training your hand, you are training your vision, you are training your concentration. There's like a lot of different things coming in from like looking at like objects, humans, and just drawing those things with those simple shapes. If you are just going to like step in and start drawing anime, at a certain point you are going to like sit down, and after I don't know, like a year and a half, 2 years after, maybe a year, if you really catch up quickly, you're going to sit down and like, okay, I guess like I can look at things from humans, right? And you are going to like start looking for reference photos of real humans, not anime characters, and draw poses from them. And that's when it's going to hit you that drawing from those reference photos actually make your poses better than like what you would do from literal anime characters, because it's literally like, when you are, how to say this, learning stylization from the start, or rather learning from stylization, it's really tricky and very difficult. That's why starting from realism would be better. Of course, again, you don't have to go like full in, like just basics, that construction, stability, etc. that I've mentioned. There's nothing else. You don't have to like even draw those humans. You just have to understand like what shape can build what on that human base, basically. So like, that's that. Like, you can even look for skeletons and try to decompose them into simple shapes. And that's going to be still enough, because as long as you get that, that's going to be enough. Like 100% of like knowledge you would need. Of course, that's only for humans, but the same things goes for animals, each animal is a bit different, right? So for each animal, for each object, even like for each human body type, because you can have more plumpy characters, more muscular characters, very thin characters, right? Like very slim ones. So that's like general idea to look on. If you sit down and like, oh, I want to draw like character that has more weight to it, right? Like, let's say slightly overweight, a bit chubby, whatever, right? Whatever you think. You want to look for references of person who actually is more or less of that weight, right? Because otherwise, how else you can know how the fat naturally is going to like gather up in certain parts, right? So that's the like general idea, like general concept of learning art. Also draw, and like when you are drawing, let's say, give yourself a week, right? Draw, analyze your drawing, try to correct things that get into your eye, try to also like start noticing your own issues. This is also the best thing you can do. When you are like noticing your own issues, you can actually quickly prevent yourself from like burning those issues into your mind, because later on it's going to be very difficult for you to like get rid of that thing. Because let's say you are going to draw eyes very specifically, right? You are not going to like, let's say, take for the account that the eye is going to like change its like you know, that the eye is going to like change the way how it's like bending around the skull, right? But you are going to like draw them equally, just one eye is going to be like half shorter, let's say. But in fact the eye is supposed to be like this, for example, because of course the skull has like a, you know, it's like three-dimensional, right? It's going to like wrap around. So when you are going to do that, you'll have to really learn how to make eyes in that specific angle, because it's like burned into your mind that this is how you are drawing eyes, which is also by some is taken as an issue, as a mistake, right? So that's that generally. So yeah, I have to say that there are many different things you can go for when you are starting to, like different books, different artworks, different reference photos. You can, for example, start from drawing animals, or maybe you know, later on you can let's say if you want to draw furries, for example, right? You want to learn humans and animals that you want to connect, right? So let's say a muscular wolf furries will need like muscular body type of a human, and learning how wolves are built just to be able to like build the snout and stuff. Like for example, I was drawing like a lot of dragons also in the past, so like that's why I could like draw the snouts and like generally the character as half a dragon, etc., right? So this is the main thing actually for people that want to start drawing but feel kind of lost on the question where to start. Because later on also things are just going to be mostly still connected to the way how, like, what shapes you are going to use, right? You can, for example, I don't know, if you want to draw even like muscles, right? on the torso. There's a rule for that too. Right? It does make sense, like how to quickly draw torso, right? So like generally that's also the same idea that I'm always going for. Just don't let yourself like go too much into like speeding up at first. Take it easy. Drawing takes a lot of patience, and learning how to draw takes a lot of time. So that's why you want to also train that patience. And the more you are going to draw, the more tricks you are going to learn. And those tricks are going to later on help you how to draw faster, for example, if that's also what you want to take for account, right? There are like different artists that are, for example, drawing in black and white because it's, let's say, easier for them. As a matter of fact, I could draw in black and white really quickly. And the issue is just, I don't want to because I want to use colors. And later on, for example, they are using things to color things. They are using the gradient maps, which are changing black and white coloring to certain colors. So for example, I could just, you know, mark all those things with selection and change their color to red, right? With all those like different colors. But it wouldn't give me the same effect I would want, because it would, you know, of course be a bit infuriating. It's not my style. I've tried, it's not my style. As simple as that. So yeah, there are even like many different techniques you can go for. Maybe at certain points something is going to catch your eye. Gee, I've talked a lot about how to learn how to draw, or rather how to start. It's so weird, sorry for that, folks, sorry. Hope you didn't mind my, you know, blabber about like, you know, starting how to learn how to draw. Man, soon I have to go back to work. I don't wanna. I have an idea though that I'm going to do. I've got myself an energy drink and I'm just going to make myself pull an all-nighter. I want to finish as much as possible because actually I might not really have that much time off later on. I have to, you know, use it before certain date in the next year, because now they won't give me any, because we are about to have really effed up moment at the warehouse. So does that, you know, like Black Week and shit. This is going to be like a fuckload of work. I mean, Polish workplace it usually sucks. Yeah, true. True. At least I'm, you know, I'm working from the office, so that's, you know, at least partially good. I don't have like that much of a physical issues, but there's going to be like a lot of mental stroll, and I'm just, you know, mentally preparing for what I'm about to come up for, because I've already heard that people on higher like positions are asking for me, because like, you know, like they can't get anything done with the people that are exchanging me, and like, you know, I've heard from my coworker that like, dude, I already see like there's nothing being done, and like how much you've been taking care of absolutely everything. Like even managers were like asking when you are going to come back because they can't stand what's going on. It's funny for me, actually. It's funny. Let me pour some 7-Up to my bourbon. Because it's actually a bit too powerful. But yeah, I guess I could try to even make a bit longer stream, but I guess I'll be ending after 2 hours as usually. Because again, like, I want to still do a couple things. That's why I'm taking an all-nighter, so I guess, you know, the faster I'll be able to finish those things, the faster I'll be able to go to sleep, right? We'll see. But yeah, if I'll finally get those things done, I'll be Gucci. I've also done a little bit of a thing. How's it called? Yeah, I've done a bit of a thing. Yes, that's it. That's the end. Cool. But in all seriousness, I've Jesus, why this line art looks like a Swiss cheese? Why the F? I didn't do anything on it. I have to correct my line arts for the style. That for sure. There we go. More light. There we go. And I guess, yeah, like, I guess you now have more or less a general idea how I was and how, like, how I am, how I've been this day, and how I am going to be in tomorrow too, I guess. We'll still be trying to catch some Z's, you know, in the meantime, but you know, energy drink is going to fly in. I was even thinking about like saving this energy drink for my morning shift and just not go to sleep then. I've actually done that once and it was really easy because like I had something to do, I had the work. At home it's way more difficult because like there are like certain parts where you like in the day where you just can, you know, sit down and chill out, and that's the moment we are starting to fall asleep, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess I'm going to do my best. I'm going to still work on my project, so shouldn't be that difficult. I've also played some Zenless Zone Zero 2. I have to say, like, I'm really having fun with this game. I finished the main story, I think. Now I have to like sit down and get the interlude levels, so like upgrade my characters, you know, like this kind of thing. I'm participating in some events. So we chill. I am. I'm doing my best to also like do it as quick as possible. Hi Shuma, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope how's it going? How have you been? Hi Sapphire, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope how's it going? Long time no see, Sapphire. How have you been? I'm glad to hear it. You've started school, right? I also wanna see my cats? Of course. I would love to. I like cats, I want cats. But cats are... Look at my community post. I like cats and I kinda want a black cat and call it Salem. But my issue is that... I really don't have time to like take care of pets, unfortunately, because like I have really attention consuming you know, attention consuming. What's it called? Fuck me. Attention consuming work that makes me go away for quite a while. Hey, you have such beautiful cats. Oh, so cool. And yeah, if I would ever get some more time for animals, for sure I'm going to get a cat. Specifically black cat, and call it Salem. Once the grey one bite me on the leg, I thought she was gonna goodle me? Huh? What does that mean? Hi Skylar, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything is going. How have you been? Still no idea, Sapphire, what kuddle means. Long time no see, Skylar. How have you been? I missed you. Missed you too. I'm a bad speller. It's okay. Also take to debunk that I am not really good with slangs. Like new slangs. I've been okay, life's been hectic. Oh, I get what you mean. I've got some time off, but I don't really feel like I've had time off. It flew by so quickly. Well, I've been sleeping so much. Actually, I see and feel that the eye bags underneath my eyes finally like disappear. Like I've had really bad eye bags for like years. Like to the point where actually under my eyes I've had like grayish purple all the time. And like I just have like thick black glasses, so it was like difficult to notice that. Guess what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Too bad that I didn't really accomplish much during that time off. I was like, yeah, I'm going to finish so many games. I'm going to sleep for like only 4 hours a day again. I'm going to like bring back my good old sleeping schedule. There was a day that I've actually slept for 16 hours. So that was actually my first day of having time off. Actually, like no jokes, that was my first day. I won in a art conf. The host just sent me a message on Discord. Hey, congratulations! Congratulations! So cool. What was the competition actually? What did you have to draw? Also, I have to like start watching out for a for some competitions. Wait, because I want to like speed up my drawing, but also I want to kind of try and win something. I forgot. Like, for example, here's the thing. There are like Clip Studio Paint competitions that I want to win. I mean win. At least like just, you know, have fun and compete in. But the issue is that I can't really like catch up with them. I have to somehow like, you know, I don't know, every week try to find info about it. For example, like every Monday or something. Or even like twice a week, we'll see. Oh yeah, it was challenged us to draw a character from Bad Parenting. What is Bad Parenting? Play it? No, sure. I don't know what's that. I have to back check that game. I think I've seen someone playing it, but not sure. Huh? Ducks? Quack. Beep. Honk. It's so peaceful today on the chat. Recently we've had a lot of commotion. Now it kinda looks weird. It's okay, it's okay. I guess I might have tried to do much stuff in too little time, yeah. Most likely that's that, like... if you're like learning things without like allowing your brain to get used to stuff, and you are just jumping boats to another thing to learn, you're overfilling your brain generally. So I would recommend actually taking starting learning something and take a moment. Hi Star, glad to have you here. How are you? Hoping it was going. You're live? Yep. I think I know how to actually progress, so that's something. God, that's gonna be painful. Well, no one said that learning how to draw is going to be easy. I wish I could take revenge on my one boy, he's an idiot. Oh, for sure, for sure. So yeah, I can just, you know, wish you good luck and offer you my help when you'll need it. Oh, I'm also slowly progressing with One Piece. I'm like playing an episode every now and then. I might actually turn on One Piece and like start drawing things. Again. We're almost done with his body. I'm like sometimes dropping by to see what you're working on. If you want, mainly know when you stream due to Discord ping. That's alright. That's alright then. But yeah, if you want to, you can even like DM me on Discord or like post your artwork in, you know, art critics, and I will for sure respond, like give you some directions, tips, tricks, whatever. Like, of course, as long as you want. It's just, you know, the thing that you know, it takes time for everything, even with good tips and tricks. My cat scratched me and he said I'm an emo and cut my wrist. I said that saying that isn't any funny, and if I did it, it would be a serious situation. He said that it is funny and it's dumb. Your cat. Okay. That's a bad cat. My brother in Christ, it's alright. I'm not gonna waste your time for something as such. I might take your offer once I actually put some more work into it and fail miserably, but that's part of the process. I mean, it's okay, like, it's not like a waste of time. I'm doing that anyway. Whenever someone is, you know, posting things, whenever I'm free, I'm just, you know, sitting down and like posting things there. Like, hey, you know, you could do this, this, and this. That's a good option. Or like someone else is going to take their time to respond to you, but usually it's me. I just like to, you know, talk about those things. So don't worry, it's not like you are a waste of a time or anything like that. Really don't worry. I need to go, sadly. She just played with me. It's alright. It's alright, Star. Thank you for coming, though. We all are going to turn into crabs. It's going to be so fun. So fun. Crabification. So, I was talking about something and I've cut the topic. Oh yeah, Zone Zero. That one. I've actually played a little bit more Zone Zero, still before like first streams. And there's now the new character coming in, which is the Bernice. And I think we can start playing tomorrow. We'll see though. either tomorrow or we are going to play it after my morning shift, because you know how destroyed I am after morning shifts quite often. But I really don't want this. I really don't want this weird thing going on. But I'm like constantly, you know, for example, ending the stream shortly or something just because I had a certain type of shift. This is not what I'm... This is not how I intend going on about this. I've always wanted to make normal streams after my morning shifts because it's not really that pulling on. But the issue is that I've started sleeping more, and that's, you know, taking in even more issues. Of like, you know, how much time I can spend on things. Okay, I think that's going to work. Kinda. I don't like this. This part needs to be even darker. Yeah, now that's going to work. Okay. I hate myself for not paying attention to certain things. And correcting them later. Like, what's standing in my way to, for example, make the line art clearer before things? I guess it's breaking when I'm setting up the linear burn. Man, I wish I would get a useful character in the Xenazon Zero. Actually, I need like a good ice type character, because I have this like half shark thingy, kinda like supposed to be a shark. I assume it has like, you know, horns and shit. It's like a frost devil or something like that. But damn, it's such a pain in the ass to play with it. It's so slow, it doesn't do much damage. I've really tried it, but it's not good. I need a lichen. I really need a lichen. Otherwise, I'm going to be doomed, I'm telling you. To be fair, I haven't had alcohol in such a long time that now everything tastes weird. Good thing that I have bourbon, it has a bit nutty flavor, so that's better. Actually really good for like a... It would be so good with a tea that I have. It's like a pair with something. It's like a Christmas tea more or less. Man, I've gotta get it for real though. It would taste so well. It's such a pain in the ass to play gachas free to play because you have to like rinse everything and like plan out when to save for what character. Like I've read that Bernice is going to have, you know, the thing, so like I was just collecting things for a little bit. Also, there were leaks for new Pokemon generation and Pokemon ZN. Like, I'm not going to spoil it, but apparently there was like an actual hacker getting in their databases and stealing the data. I mean, you know why sometimes like game dev corporations are targeted for information like this, right? It's mostly because like when people are are buying the games to know. The moment when people actually know, they don't want to buy the game as much. So generally, like the hacker is like ruined their hype train that they've had going on. So that's that. Sometimes there are reverse things because, for example, the hype train is falling down. Sometimes corporations are faking the leaks and basically, you know, throwing things out as quote-unquote, oh, we've got attacked by a hacker by that specific name. They've they've leaked info about our game, and like, you know, 50% of those data is not true, and like 50% of this data is true. So that's that. And they just have like a, you know, hype man that is kinda leaking things, quote unquote. But meanwhile, people, for example, are getting excited because they're like, you know, the authors know what people want, right? They know what people want. It's not like they ignore those, it's not like they don't know things. They ignore those things because they want people to want something else, right? That's the more or less the idea. But the thing is that they know that, for example, oh, look, Charizard X and Y is coming back, and watch this, Charizard Z, for example, right? And people, yo, Charizard Z, there are going to be Z forms. And when you look into the games, like Z-forms are not there because it was like one of those 50% wrong informations, right? Because like people are getting excited for those things. This is more or less like how sometimes those things are working. So to be fair, that's why that's why I'm not really interested in leaks. The same thing was with the Project Zero for Dragon Ball. Like what was it? Dragon Ball Project Zero? Something like that. Because there was like an unannounced project that you know, they've had going on. It was like at the stream of someone, and they've had a logo going on. And there was like Dragon Ball Project Zero or something like that. And they were like, oh, I'm going to lose my job. They didn't. They just didn't. But you know. You know, people got hype, right? And they, for example, bought things for Dragon Ball even more because they've got hype, like, yo, new Dragon Ball game, let's go, right? To be fair, like, I've played some more also Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Like, I would need to sit down and do some more things because I've actually got the What If Saga for Vegeta. I've actually got the What If Saga for Vegeta because I've defeated Trunks and I've beat Cell Perfect, and Vegeta actually beat the living shit out of Cell in this What If Saga. It was crazy. While, you know, in the reality, Vegeta was the one who had the shit beaten out of him by Cell. Because of course he let him transform into, you know, perfect version, perfect form. I really liked Cell and Future Trunks idea because it's like how a paradox can influence the world, kind of like this, right? So like you have more or less an idea, like, oh hey, the Future Trunks, right? Battle with Cell and stuff, right? No, it wasn't that Future Trunks. The Future Trunks we know. You can say disappeared because the paradox system, right? We know that he beat the Cell, but like the chances that he actually came back and that was that one are very low because Goku didn't die because of the virus. They've beat the Cell, they've beat the androids, they've done everything right. So they've changed how the past looked like, so the future shouldn't really look like that. So the Future Trunks is not Future Trunks, it's a Future Trunks of a different parallel universe. That's the Future Trunks paradox, you can say. So kinda you can say that this Future Trunks is of a paradox instead of like actual Future Trunks. If that was that Trunks, which I doubt. I think it was though, but I doubt. I'm not sure how really the Future Trunks went in, but like it shouldn't really be the Future Trunks that would remember himself and like everyone else being there and fighting, besides like actually being there and fighting against against like Cell and stuff. So like whatever Trunks remembered from that period, he should remember, but he was a kid then, so he shouldn't really remember much. I'm just, you know, I just really like ideology of like time loops, paradoxes, and like different things. I've had my friends were actually giving me ideas for couple games to play on streams, for example, or like generally to play, just because I really like those. There are some games also that are kinda specific to do, like for example Yappy Psycho. So like, should I play it? Should I not? Like, I've already played it. I mean, I didn't play that game, but like, I've watched the game because like I'm watching someone who's playing that game. There are also like other time loop games. There are time loop games that I didn't really touch. There are games like quite a psychedelic kind of thing. Like what was the name of that game now? There was like a game about a kiddo with a mask, Sally Face, there we go. So generally like you are playing this quote-unquote Sally Face because like when you are a kid, the dogs or something like bite off your face and like, you know, you're walking without face and generally like weird shit is happening, like ghost realm, like negative spirits, corruption of some kind, like weird shit really. It's like it's really psychedelic and like, you know. Throughout the game you kind of see how Sally is progressing with like, you know, everything, right? With like his life, with his struggles, with his friends. You see him like grow up from game to game. It's like really cool. I really like what they've done with that game. But again, it's like very specific topic. I think like at certain point it might be a bit too weird to do stuff, and like even like I've heard that YouTube has been really bad. And again, like I've seen already how the game went, so that's a bit weird. You know, to play the game that you already know how it goes. But for example, I wouldn't mind playing like New Game Plus of Wukong during a stream. Like, you know, I already have some things, but like it's a New Game Plus, right? So I'm starting from the beginning, but I already have some things like unlocked, and we just progress further, like buy other things. I can fill out things that I didn't really got on my first run. Like a general chill out, and I think that's something that I could do. Like random games can also be those. I might actually try to find some really nice games on each, but we'll see. We'll see. I have a huge library of games for myself, so again, I guess I'm just going to make like a set of games that I'm going to play, and like for example randomize what I'm going to play on every gaming stream, kinda. And like, oh okay, I finished that game, let's take something else. Oh, I finished that game too, okay, let's play something else again, and so on, so on, so on. So like, yeah, Baldur's Gate got really heavy after a certain time. It was very difficult for me to like catch up with the game and like push through. You know how my attention works for those kind of things. It doesn't. So that's why actually Baldur's Gate went out, but it's going to come back, I promise. I want to continue playing it. It's just going to be a bit more difficult to, you know, to walk around it, but I'm just going to walk with like, you know, fuck it mode, push through things. Especially that one specific part where I've got like clogged and I couldn't really pass. I don't know really how I can pass through those guys. My tactics suck actually, so we will see. But anyway, I'll just try to keep things up. I have also some more Yakuza games. I mean, some more. Like, I have the entire Yakuza series. I really want to play this on streams, but like, I don't know. The game is very chaotic because it's like making a lot of jokes out of games generally. So it is going to be a bit chaotic in terms of the story, and some people might not really like it, might get lost in it, etc. So I don't know. That's why I was thinking about making those like silent playthroughs where I just make a silent playthrough and, you know, just play. But then again, I would have to spend time, my free time that I don't have. Dude, it's such a pain to do stuff. I think I could do something similar, but like, you know, I would just sit down, probably stream, talk, and then like cut out the... And like, for example, when I would record, I wouldn't record the microphone input, so you would hear me, but the on the video you would just have the, you know, you would just have from the game things. So I would like, well, you know, move around, talk with y'all, and after the stream I could just take those things. Hi Smokestick, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything's going. Hi hi. How have you been? Okay, I think we've finished the skin. I hope so. Yeah. I'm waiting to leave for a dentist appointment, then I also have to like get finally a dentist appointment, to be fair. So far it's been pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. And there's nothing I could do. It's such a bullshit though. This whole thing with like dentists and stuff. It's quick, it's really disrupting my usual workflow, yeah. I hate that. But I have to find a dentist. I mean, I found a dentist, I can go to the dentist, but I'm saving now for something else. I'm going to probably like try to get some on like the next thing. I'm probably going to try and look out for some more things. I have dental coverage. Yeah, like... I mean, I don't really, but dentists over here are quite cheap. I mean, quote-unquote quite cheap. It also depends what you are going to do. There are a couple things that I want to do, but first I want to like focus on correcting my entire like dental thing that, for example, happened when I was not really going to the dentist at all. And yeah, that would be it actually. Like nothing else, I would say. Nothing else. But yeah, I'm just, you know, sitting, chilling, drawing. I'm getting a filling replaced, but they are probably gonna clean my teeth as well because they always seem to do that. I don't know, I didn't spot any holes. But yeah, a good feeling. It's not bad. Also, to be fair, over here in Poland, we can also access dentists for free. But those are shit. And there won't need to be too much drilling though. I hate the sound of it, yeah. Also the smell, bro, the smell? Yuck. You know, the smell of burning calcium. Mate. So disgusting. I'm telling you. The smell, I forgot about the smell, I can taste it too, yeah. But like, also for me, like their normal painkillers don't work. Like my last dentist had to use chloroform as a painkiller for me. They literally injected chloroform and like while drilling, they're like giving into the tooth some more chloroform. Fuck, mate, that was so awful. Didn't taste bad though. The normal things are tasting disgusting usually, and it doesn't help me. And again, that's probably like a thing connected with me not tasting caps and cyan. I don't know, probably there's like a thing in me that is like destroying certain things, and that's why painkillers are not working for me. Like normal painkillers are also not working for me, so when I have like a headache or my knee really gives itself, you know, makes itself known, I can't really do much, I just have to withstand the pain. Bro, I'm scared that I've overshaded him. But like, I can't really do things differently. Like general pose is developing a lot of shadows actually. And like the freaking light sources also causing so much issues. So many issues. Okay, let's see. Let's now take care of the black colors, shall we? That shouldn't be really that difficult. Black, grays. Both actually. White still. Because they are shaded with the same color. I'm so unreasonably stressed right now. Hey, maybe you have a phobia for dentists. There is one. Actually, which is surprising. You can have a phobia for a dentist. It's not like you have panic attacks on the table, right? I just have general anxiety over appointments, I think. Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. I'm also like stressing out about appointments and like meetings that I'm setting up. Like, some, to be fair, even meetings that I'm like setting up with someone, like, hey, you know, let's meet, etc. Like, you know, the typical ones with friends. I'm also like stressing out. I'm always like way too early there, and like I'm waiting, for example, for an hour. Like, I'm trying to work on it, but you know, sometimes it's an issue. Because like I'm usually fine once I'm at the place, but I can't relax before I leave, yeah. To be fair, I have even same thing that you now described when I know that I have to walk out my doggo soon. Literally, like, I'm walking him out at 13, and then like I can't do anything like at 12, since 12:30, so like for 30 minutes I have this like I can't do anything really, because my brain is like not allowing me to, even though I know that I could do way much, and it's not like very rigid. He could be waiting a little bit if I wanted to, but I just have this like, you know, hard routine that I have, like 13 points, I'm walking him out, then I'm coming back, yada yada yada. Yeah, it has a name, but I can't remember. Oh. OCD? Kinda reminds me of OCD. Like, at certain point, this kind of like thing was bringing me to even think that I'm like kinda autistic. But like, for example, my like the autism is not like affecting me as much, besides like things like that. You know, like besides like all the things that, you know, all the weird things that autists would do, I just don't have this like overstimulated imagination and stuff, which can cause like bunch of anxieties and shit. I just have like those things like, you know, some sort of OCD, you know, like things have to be neat and tight. Common in people with ADHD, anxiety, autism, depression, and people with PTSD. Oh, I have depression, so that's why I'm just depressed. Fuck. Mal, yeah. Okay, so now I know that this thing is not coming from the autism. But actually, it might be like a side thing of my depression. Actually, soon I have to like look up to sign in for the next, you know, for the next appointment for my psychiatrist. Remember, it's absolutely normal, right? It's like nothing to be ashamed of. If you are experiencing some issues, even something like, oh, I don't like doing that thing that was bringing me joy for so many years, go there. Came to say hi. Hi, Tinny. Glad to have you here. How are you? How's it going? Because, like, you know, it's not natural that, for example, something that brings you joy for several years out of nowhere just starts to not really be interesting to you or not giving you that joy anymore. It's actually a sign of depression. So, actually we've had so many like different topics today. So sorry for that. Sorry that I'm like, you know, the main speaker today. It's just, you know, difficult to get a topic. And today I don't know why, but I'm like very talkative. Oh no, that's usual how streams work, yeah. But like, I really like to, you know, also hear out like some things that you want to talk about and like talk with you about those things. So yeah, and so far like I've been the only person giving like topics and talking mostly about them. So really sorry for that. Yeah, like, oh no, I'm becoming an actual streamer. The typical, like, constantly talking person. Man, I remember my first streams. Actually, my first streams weren't really that bad. I was still, like, coming up with topics to talk about. I was still, like, doing my best to, like, talk about stuff and shit. It's just, you know... I was like mostly focusing on like what people want to talk about, and I was just also sometimes just waiting for a topic without speaking. Or I was just, you know, my shy self. Because I have issues with talking with people. Now it's like kinda better when it comes to online. I don't know, it just became better with time. It's not, you know, as bad as it used to be. But when it comes to talking, you know, face to face, I'm like... I just can't. I'm really bad at that. Actually there's a girl that I want to like, you know, talk with one-on-one, and I'm like... how people are doing that, how they can keep their composure. Like, if I would have like at least some sort of a, you know, special like a special, you know, quote-unquote spell to repeat to myself, to calm myself down. Maybe that would kind of help me, but you know. I don't know, quote-unquote, like, she might love you back. Damn, I haven't felt like this in years. Really long years. It's like a first girl that I want to talk this way. Actually, since gymnasium. So that's been like a really long time. I don't know, like 10 years, I think. I haven't fell in love ever since then, so that's really weird thing to feel that again. Okay. The robe needs darker shade. I mean robe, the belt. Or whatever that can be. Yeah. That's a-okay, that's almost a-okay, because I need to actually make it kind of like a split. Now that... Okay, now it's working. So, yeah, as to be fair, I've kind of like went out of my topics to talk about, like, I haven't really played much anything else besides like some Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and lots of freaking Zenless Zone Zero. Yeah, there's one trick actually that I can, for, you know, being a free-to-play gacha player. If you ever want to play free-to-play gacha, look at their welcome back presents and calculate if it's worth to, for example, give yourself a, like, play a little, get the presents, and get back to waiting, etc. Sometimes it's actually better through calculations and faster to get more summoning currency than you know, than other things. Of course, like when there's like a season, sure, like go ahead, play the, I mean season, like an event, go ahead, play the event, etc. But like, you know, when you're finished with the event, you've got all of those like presents that you can get from welcome back gifts. You can then, you know, wait again. Usually it's like what, 2 weeks or something like that. And to be fair, I would say that Zenless Zone Zeros can actually give you quite a nice thing going on. You can also, you know, get the freebies from like punching out on their website. So there, your account is receiving items that way, also for free. From my like entrance calculations, it actually works to like you play a little bit to get like the entire all of those gifts, and then you take a break for 2 weeks, you come back, you receive the presents, you play through that part, etc, etc, etc. It's actually helping a lot. Alrighty though, we finished shading body, we finished shading eyes of his eyes, whites of his eyes. We need to shade the tongue and pants and this belt. Otherwise, like everything else kind of shaded, so on the very next stream we should be able to finish it. That's cool. That's really cool. Alrighty, so folks, thanks Rainy and Tini for being active chat on Twitch. Thanks Kimo, Yellow, Shuma, Sapphire, Skylar, Star, Smokestin for being active chat on YouTube. As always, folks, stay creative, and I hope to see you all in the next stream. Take care.